So when we look closer at material energy, we can see that it's all made up of electrons and tiny little atoms and all these things, and all of it is the same. There's no distinction. So like I said, what makes this particular atom act as skin, whereas another particular atom is going to act as bark on a tree? It's the living being within. It's going to cause it to take that form temporarily. But in this world, in the material world, it appears that the nature of matter is winning out. Like the body of the tree will eventually fall apart. My body will eventually fall apart. But just like that energy is always consistent, like material energy only changes, only transforms. Energy can't be created or destroyed, right? And so when you think about this energy that is always like dissolving and breaking down, that always continues. Why would not the higher energy that is, creating this amazing process going on, that higher energy, why would you not continue? Why would you not just have the apparent transformation? Your energy, you also continue, but your apparent form also transforms, even though you and your form are actually eternal. We just cannot view these things with these material eyes. In the Bhagavad Gita, it says, as one changes from childhood to boyhood to manhood, so he changes bodies after death. So we change bodies just like in this life. At one point in my life, I had a child body. Now I'm in a larger body. And then at death, why wouldn't I take on another body, as I've taken on these different bodies throughout my life? The natural inference from all this information is reincarnation. Your whole life, your body is falling apart. Your whole life, your body is falling apart. When your body eventually totally hits the point that we call death, why would you not still continue? You're continuing, even though my body is completely different. My body has changed from when I was younger. All right, I'm at this point called death. My body changes. Why would I still not continue? Again, like I said, you're a higher energy than matter, which is just transformed. So why would you, not continue? And people often make the argument, well, I don't remember my past life. But I don't remember when I was 2 years old, but I know that I was 2 years old, and when I take it from an authority like my dad or my mom, so when we get this kind of information from authorities and we can see that it makes sense and we question it and we get answers that again make sense, then we can come to the conclusion that, okay, I don't remember my last life, I don't remember my birth, I don't remember all these things, but I can know that they happened, and I can also know that it's going to continue to happen based off all this information that it has happened before. I took on another body, I took on a different body, my body's always changing, my mind's always changing, but I continue. We should be looking towards, okay, well, I don't want to, continue to have to deal with death, basically, and to have to keep dying, because that is not our nature. It's our nature to continue, and it's the nature of this stuff to fall apart. So then what are we doing here? We are, the mix of, this whole world is the mix of living energy and the energy of matter or death. And so what you want to take this lifetime to do is to realize these things about nature, but then also about your inner nature, your higher nature, and realize that being eternal, it is your nature to live in a place that is also eternal. Right? And so that is what is called the kingdom of God, or some people refer to as heaven. This is a place that is eternal. You have an eternal body, and so what you should be seeking is to make your consciousness so that in your next life, you're not the consciousness of a tree or a dog or, taking on another human in this world. You want to make your consciousness so that you are at your eternal form. When we look at things with a bias, which is what scientists do, they look at it with a previous conception of God does not exist. They look at it with the previous conception of material energy is the only energy, even though we all know of things that are outside of what we can see or what someone else can see. Like, I know that you dream at night. I know that you have thoughts and emotions. I can't see or perceive your emotions. I can't feel, all I can see is brainwaves on a computer, but that's not at all the same thing. So we can know things through experience and through passed down knowledge more than, what we can just see with our senses. And I encourage you guys to leave questions either on Facebook or YouTube because, if you're interested in knowing the truth, then questions are a vital thing that you need to do to come to understanding. And so from this information, we can know that we are eternal. We can know that we have been reincarnating, that you are not your body is really important, that you're not your mind, and that you are an individual that has a nature of life and activity, and that this is your essence. And so this is who you truly are. And this is a very important question that we have to ask and answer in this life in order to be successful or happy, is who you are. What is your nature? What do you belong doing? And so I wish you well. To be happy, like I said, you have to know these things and ask these questions. I'm going to make a video series very soon about my spiritual journey throughout my life, where what process I've gone through in my conception of God throughout my life, and actually come to the reality of not just having an idea of God, but actually receiving real knowledge about God and myself, knowing things rather than just